facts about chocolate. Well, definitely, as you know, chocolate definitely makes you fall in love, or it makes you a happier person. As you can see on our set right now, we've got lots and lots of different sort of chocolates. We've got cocoa. And one of the fun facts there that I was like, oh, okay, and one of my producers were like, huh? White chocolate isn't really chocolate, but there is. I will find out more from our chef later on. But today we're going to talk more about chocolate, how beneficial it can be for you as well. It's not all bad, because some people think that chocolate is fattening, but we're going to find out more. We're going to deeper into the facts of chocolate and, of course, fall in love with it all over again. And to do that, let's please welcome our chef, Chef Philippe. Dauer. I don't know if I said that right. Chocolatier. I don't know if I said that right as well. Perfect. Pleasure, you know, and of course you are from Godiva,
yes.
And thank you so much. And you're only here for a couple of days, I heard.
Only for a couple of days for the opening of a new store in New Central.
Okay, so we're very lucky to have you here to talk to us about chocolate. Well, a lot of people, you know, sometimes they say that chocolate obviously makes you happy, which is true. But how would you describe chocolate, maybe in 3 words? What's chocolate to you?
In 3 words, I would say passion, pleasure, and sharing.
Wow. Say that again.
Passion,
pleasure,
and sharing.
Sharing. So the 2 P's and the S.
That's right.
Yeah, because it is about sharing, and of course there is the pleasure when you have it as well. And how can, like we saw just now, white chocolate is disguised as chocolate, but is it still chocolate based on that fact?
It's not really chocolate, but it still contains a lot of cocoa elements, cocoa butter. So it's a mixture of cocoa butter, milk powder and sugar. It doesn't have the solids, but it's still a kind of chocolate. Some countries don't even allow you to call it chocolate.
What countries are those?
US is...
yeah, because it's white.
Because it's white and because it doesn't contain the full spectrum of the cocoa.
Okay, yeah, but that's why we say white chocolate at the end of the day. That's my white chocolate. But in a way it's true, because chocolate is a color as well, because you're like, what color is chocolate? Which is all the colors we see here, cocoa and all that. There's something that I want to find, because I don't know what it is as well. What is praline, or is it praline? Or?
Praline.
Praline.
Praline. It's a mixture of high-quality nuts. Most of the time it's hazelnuts and almonds, mixed with sugar and then caramelized together. And it goes through a grinding process until you have a nice paste. It can be a little bit crispy, you can have some elements inside, or it can be very, very smooth and
okay, so there's a difference with that as well.
You can have different kinds of praline, depending on the nuts, depending on the grade of grinding. So you have a different taste experience.
Taste experience. And today is my first time, you know, doing something like this, where I'm talking to a chef who's a chocolatier. Right? So what is a chocolatier? I mean, for those at home, and maybe someone who go like, oh, my kid loves chocolate. What requirement do you need, or what is the passion that you need in this job?
Well, it's first of all, it's the best job in the world, because you're dealing with chocolate all the time. But you definitely need a passion, because chocolate is chocolate. It's just one element, and you need to work with it and deal with it every day of your life. So if you don't have the passion, you get bored very fast. Lucky I have passion. Yeah,
so what does it entail? What do you actually need to do? What is the requirements? How much experience? What do you need?
Well, you have to start quite young, of course, and develop your craftsmanship, your skills. It takes a while to become a chef, and then it's a continuous learning process, because you have to update your product, you have to update on the ingredients that you see, new techniques coming up. So it's something very exciting, because it's never the same. Through time, everything changes, technology changes, and we need to adapt. And that's one of our challenges, and also one of the nice things of our job.
But so, do you think adapting is a good, like you say, you have to adapt, but do you sometimes feel like you should keep the old methods, or do you sometimes feel that way?
Yes, and we do actually in Godiva in Brussels, in our plant, we do keep some of our heritage,
some of traditional things that
signature, like the hazelnut praline you just mentioned, is still made by hand, still made by the same recipe like 90 years ago. So we keep some elements, because we think it's very important that what the people are used to, what the people like.
And I think that's important, because people, if they're used to something, they don't want something to just disappear from the shelf, like, okay, you don't do that anymore. It would be quite heartbreaking, right? As much as it would be heartbreaking. Well, we're going to continue chatting with Philip, but there's something, we're going to roll something that's all about chocolate as well. There was a fair here in Malaysia, and of course, we're going to find out more about that. So let's roll this VT and check out what it's all about. Again, it's all about chocolate. Let's take a look. A lot of you watching at home be like, can I eat chocolate? Can I, you know, because some people, you know, they go on strict diets and they think they can't eat chocolate. But before I ask you about the benefits, Chef Philip, something that people say scientifically, chocolate can make you happy. How true is this? What is it in chocolate that triggers that happiness?
Well, you have some, chocolate has the property and it releases some elements in your body that really makes, it's a proven mood lifter. So it makes people really happy.
It does make people happy.
It's a proven fact, yes.
It's a proven fact because sometimes, you know, when some people like break up, you know, and then they have a box of chocolates, they eat it, oh, they feel a bit better. So it's a fact at the end of the day.
I've worked a lot with people who are far away from their countries, from their families and all that, and the first thing they do when they come back to the hotel in the evening is have a little pastry or a piece of chocolate.
And it makes everything so much better. And talking about that piece of pastry and a little bit of chocolate, the first time I actually found out, well, you know, I used to watch Oprah Winfrey and she always gives good facts on certain things. So she's like, dark chocolate is good for you. I'm like, oh, dark chocolate. And she's like, the higher percentage of cocoa, a piece a day. Is that true? A piece a day, or can we take more? How far can we push the envelope when it comes to having our little indulgence with chocolate?
Well, you shouldn't overindulge, of course. A little bit of moderation is not hurting.
Yeah.
But 2 pieces, 3 pieces of chocolate is definitely...
And what is that? What is a piece to you, Chef?
Well, about 10, 15 grams. So about 30, 50 grams a day. It's the cocoa that is good for you. So you should have dark chocolate. Higher cocoa content means less sugar. So it's the cocoa elements in the chocolate.
Yeah, so there's so many great benefits. We're going to dig deeper into this because we're going to find out again the percentage of cocoa, what is the lowest, well, there's so many things we're going to talk, and you're going to show us something as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn something new today. So we're going to go for a very short break, but when we come back, we'll still be with Chef Philip, and he'll be showing us how to temper chocolate. Is that right? Is it temper?
We're going to make truffles.
Truffles, woohoo! Okay, so we have that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Bella and Wine, we'll be right back.